Right guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we bought quite an exciting little hot hatch. What I've just agreed to buy is a late 2016 66 reg Mini Cooper. This is no ordinary Mini. What this is, it's a John Cooper Works. So this is quite a hot little thing. I'm really looking forward to driving it. Now, I haven't actually seen it yet. I've only seen a photograph of it. One of my colleagues texted me a picture of it, and it looks pretty cool. It's finished in, I'm not sure what the colour code is, sadly, but I think it's like an Old English white. It looks as though it needs the wheels refurbishing from what I could see. They look a bit of a state. But, I mean, bear in mind this has done 112,000 miles, and it's a late 2016, so it's 9 years old. I've only paid £4.5 grand for it, so it sounds really cheap. I'm thinking if I spend around £1,000 on this, maybe even £1,250, then it should be worth somewhere between £7,500 and £8,000. So it'll leave me a healthy profit margin of a couple of grand. I did a video a few years ago with this generation of Mini, but it wasn't the John Cooper Works. In fact, it was the diesel. It was the SD, which I was really impressed with. So I'm really looking forward to driving this petrol John Cooper Works, just to see how it compares. I know that it's got two sets of keys, and the bodywork looks pretty good, although it does look a little bit flat in places, so it probably would benefit from a good polish. Before I paid for it, I did a car vertical check on it, and it all checked out fine. So it's never been stolen, written off, never had a mileage rollback, no outstanding finance, all that sort of stuff. So we're all good. Anyway, we're not far away from it now, so let's go and have a look. Fingers crossed it's all right. I'm just hoping it's got a strong engine and gearbox and clutch, and there are no warning lights on. We'll see. In case you're wondering what I'm driving today, by the way, I'm in a 2003 Mercedes CLK. This is no ordinary CLK. This is the CLK 55 AMG, and it belongs to Sam from SPR, the Mercedes specialist in Stockport. He's kindly lent it to me so I could do a review with it. But already, although I've only had it for a couple of days, I'm thinking of go and get my passport and just run away with it, because I love it. So it's essentially the same engine as my SL55 AMG, only minus the supercharger. And I thought this might feel, you know, a little bit lethargic without it, but it really doesn't. It feels like a muscle car. It sounds great as well. So I just know now for the rest of the evening, I shall be trawling through the classifieds, looking desperately to buy my own CLK 55, because it's that good. Anyway, let's go and look at my Mini JCW, shall we? I'll see you there. Right, well, we're here. I can see a 3D plate. So straight away, I've got a job to do there. The wheels are scruffy, but I saw those on the photographs. What colour would you go with those? Do I get them refurbished back to diamond cut, or do I go black or silver? What would you do? It does look quite cool. So it is like an Old English white, like an off-white, with a red roof, red door mirrors, red calipers and red grille. Could get the wheels done red. Would that look too much? I don't know. I don't know if black wheels would suit it. I'm thinking silver, to be honest. Looks all right though. See what I mean about the paintwork looking a bit flat though? I think with a good polish and buff, we could get it looking brighter. Headlamps could do with the polish, but the bodywork looks quite straight, so that's good. Yeah, change those reg plates. I think actually it's going back on its original number, so we can do that. That's all right, I'm quite excited about this. Right, let's park up then. We're going to have a look around it, take it for a spin. A spin. Right then, let's go and have a look at this Mini. Don't forget my key. Looks pretty good then, doesn't it? Does look pretty good. I think by the time we get these wheels refurbished, it will look pretty good. What do you think then, silver or black? I'll have to have a think about that. We'll get it to Prestige Wheels over in Bredbury, have them strip them, repair them, and then powder coat them. I'll have to get their advice actually and see what colour they think it should be. It does look quite cool though. So of course, this being the fast one, you get the twin exhaust in the centre. Looks quite smart. Yeah, those reg plates look a bit cheap, don't they? I don't like 3D plates. I know some people do, but I'm not a big fan. Tyre wise, we're looking pretty good. We've got a Pirelli here on about 4mm of tread. It's pretty decent. These will come up looking all right with a clean. Again, with a good old clean, this should look good. We've got lacquer peel here on the wing mirror, so we'll get that painted. Because bear in mind, if I'm asking like £7,500 or £8,000 for this car, we do need to get it looking its best. Up front, have we got a matching Pirelli? Pirelli, yeah, we do. On about 3mm of tread, not too bad. That might need new brake discs actually, they look a bit ropey. See all the rust on the inside there. Just might need a set of brake pads and discs, or rotors as they call some some places. Yeah, buff those back, give it a good clean. There's no lacquer peel on the roof, so that's good. We could maybe paint these roof bars because the black's just flaking off there. It's finished in like quite a nice satin black, but they're all flaking. This wing mirror is okay though, so that doesn't need painting. So that's good. We've got a matching Pirelli on this side, have we? No, we don't actually. This is a Dinmax. That's quite new actually. That's on about 5mm of tread. Okay, but again, those brake discs look a bit ropey. We'll get this checked out by mechanics anyway. But yeah, that's how the wheels should look. So they're kind of like diamond cut with that polished front, that polished face. I don't know if I'm a fan though really of those, because there's kind of too much going on with the stripes and the different colour roof and door mirrors and stuff. I think we need solid, like a solid colour on the wheels. Have we got a matching Pirelli? We don't, we've got another Dinmax. That's strange, isn't it? They're run flats as well. Okay. Backing plate there is a little bit bent, but does look good though. I think I'd have preferred it if it was black rather than white. I think it would look better, like the SD that I had. We've got 2 keys as well, which is good. Quite like the exposed fuel door. Inside then, we've got half leather, half Alcantara. We've got sportier JCW seats. It's a bit grubby, but apart from needing a good clean, it's all right. Electric windows, electric mirrors, multifunction steering wheel, cruise control, sat nav by the looks of it. This is all quite good. Isofix seats in the back. Let's have a look in the boot, shall we? See if we can find any treasure. Ah, they're the original plates from the original Mini main dealer. So it's a Preston car originally, P for Preston. Yeah, this is all right. No storage there. I think it probably should have had another boot floor in there, shouldn't it? Have to have a look on eBay maybe. But we've got the parcel shelf, so that's good. Okay, right. I think it'll look better with those plates on too. Now the service history, I think, is built into the iDrive system on these, like a BMW. So I don't think there'll be a service book. I'm sure that's how these work. Let's have a look, shall we? Very sporty seats, very supportive. Okay. Turn the ignition on then. So, service is doing 11,000 miles. It's done 114,000 miles. I hate that bong, I hate that warning sign. Warning chime, should I say. Tyre pressure notification, okay. Vehicle status. Service history. I thought it was there. Driving excitement, what's all that about? Power and torque. Service requirements. Service history, there we go. Now we're talking. So it was done in February this year, that was good. That was his last service at 107. So it's not really due one again. I think what we will do though is just change the oil anyway. Do a little PDI on it. Okay. So its first service was in August 2017, then again in November. Okay, then again at 30, 40, 72. Some gaps there, but these have probably got 20,000 mile service interval, so that should have been done at like 62. Whether it's been done again in between at a non-mini dealer, I'm not sure. But there is some history there. It's not as good as I'd like to have seen, but it's better than nothing. Automatic lights we've got. Open the bonnet as well. In fact, while we're here, we'll plug in a little Carly reader, check it for faults. Now this Carly OBD scanner is a really powerful little tool and it could save you a fortune. And it's really easy to use. So all you do is plug this into the OBD2 port, like so. Help if I did it the right way, wouldn't it? There we go. And we get the two lights on the end of the Carly OBD2 scanner. Once you've plugged it into your car, you just connect it to your phone via the Carly app, and then you can read and clear the fault codes. Roll down to M for Mini. So plug in the scanner to the OBD2 port, we've done that. Turn on your vehicle's engine. Okay. Foot on the clutch. Start her up. Sounds good as well, doesn't it? But you can also check for hidden issues. You can even verify the mileage so you don't end up buying something that's been clogged. But in addition to that, it gives you a lot more. So with Carly, you've got access to the live data. So for example, you can monitor things like the boost pressure or the engine temperature in real time. So checking the live data is really useful if you've got a fault that you just can't identify. It's also good for spotting potential problems early on. You can also customise your car with coding features like changing the welcome lights or turning off the annoying seatbelt chimes. You can use Carly with the free app to read basic fault codes, but if you want advanced features like this, then you will need a subscription. If you'd like to try Carly for yourself, then you can save yourself 15% with my promo code HIGHPEAK. All you need to do is click the link which I'll leave in the video description, and you're all set. That way you'll never have to rely on guesswork when you're buying or maintaining your car. So we've got no warning lights on, only my seatbelt one and the handbrake obviously, but no engine lights on, so that's good. What we'll do then with the Carly scanner then is we'll do a full health check. So, right, let's diagnose the car then. So check for issues. Once we've done this then, as long as there's nothing major, we'll take it for a drive, see how it performs. I'm quite pleased with this though so far. Quite a nice little car. So far then it's checked, 20% of systems checked and 12 issues found. That's not great, is it? However, don't be alarmed because some of these could be, you know, just historic fault codes. What we'll do is we'll scan it, we'll wipe it, and then keep our eye on it. My air conditioning's working as a result. Very good. Looking forward to driving this. It should be great fun, shouldn't it? This is nearly done now. 78% of systems checked and 52 issues found. That's not great, is it? So it ranks these as well. Bit of a traffic light system. So we've got some serious issues here. 12 with the central electronics, the BDC, and then 7 with the engine. It lists all the faults here as well. So we've got the codes. I think the best thing to do then, because we haven't, I mean, it's idling fine. We haven't got any engine lights on. It's been serviced. I think we'll clear these issues and then we'll check it again. I think once this is done then we'll try and code it, try and personalise it, see what features we can unlock. Right, let's try and code this then. So continue, checking coding possibilities. This might take a couple of minutes, but we'll see what we can unlock. So digital speedometer, correction speedometer, okay. Boot logo for dashboard, Mini. Cruise control speed delayed, you can change that. Date in dashboard. Threshold for fuel reserve warning, you can change that as well. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay. There are a few possibilities here then, aren't there? Gear shift indicator in sport mode. Reverse gear gong. That's quite a lot then, isn't it? Let's try and do that then. Right, okay. It's doing its bit. Got loads of lights on here while it resets. It's very clever this, isn't it? Okay, coding was successful. Please turn the ignition off and back on again. Okay, right. What we need to do then is turn her off. And back on again. What else can we do? Seat belts. Right, that's that done then. So, seatbelt reminder on. We can turn this off. Seatbelt reminder passenger off, so it won't beep. This is handy actually. Code this then. Let's do that. Leave it to do its thing for a few minutes. Then we can take this for a drive. Doesn't look it, but it's quite a warm day today. It says it's 27 degrees. That's why I'm dressed like I'm on holiday. Right, job done. Perfect. Off. Right. Job done. Got 2 cup holders down there, some storage, and this gear lever. Pop it into sport mode. Oh, look at this. Maximum go-kart feel. Look at that. Low consumption driving fun in green mode. They are cool cars, aren't they, really? I think I've got some profit here though. What I'm thinking straight away is I'm going to spend $330 on the wheels. It's going to need £70 on a valet. We don't need the reg plates because we've got those already. Maybe a PD, well, definitely a PDI and MOT. That's going to be maybe £120. What else? Brake discs and pads. I'll get my mechanic to check those, but I think they need replacing. They look a bit grim. That could be a few £100 there. So I think we're going to spend about £1,000 on this. It's not too bad though, is it really? and I still think there's a couple of grand profit. Right, then let's take this Mini out for a spin, shall we? Before the barrier to the car park closes. Gonna have to be quick. Oh, that clutch is fierce. Wasn't expecting that. It's quite snappy, like it's been replaced. Bites right at the bottom. Straight away, I know I've only driven this like 3 meters, but it just feels really eager. It wants to go all the time. This is cool, you know. I like this. You know, considering it's done 114,000 miles, it still feels as tight as a drum. This is cool. Straight away, I've got a grin on my face. Sounds good. These are so much better than the previous era Minis. The quality is much better. Feels like you're in a proper premium car. My indicator gone off. We've got DAB radio, we've got ice cold aircon. That's good. Windows work. Mirrors work. There's a little bit to do to this then, isn't there? But not too much, which I'm glad about. Paint the wing mirror, give it a polish. Right, see how it drives, shall we? Still stuck on these temporary lights, which are the bane of my life at the moment. So it's front wheel drive. I don't know how many horsepower these are, but they're about 200 or something, aren't they? Police car there, so I couldn't really sting it, but now it's gone, we can. Oh yeah, that's quick. Right, in typical Mini fashion, you can feel all the bumps. I just went over a pothole then, and I think my spine is shattered. They are very stiff. Which is great when you're in the mood to drive like that, but for ordinary everyday driving, it does get a little bit tedious. Gearbox feels good though. Like I said, my clutch feels nice, brakes feel good. Start, stop, how do I turn that off? There we go. What order should we do the jobs then? I think straight away we need to get it down to our mechanics. Service, MOT, no advisory items, sort those brakes out. You see loads of JCWs on the road these days, don't you? They're cheap, that's why. And they look all right, sort of looks like a Velar. Yeah, get it down to our mechanics, service, MOT, brake discs, I think. I'll take it from there. Once it's done there, we can paint the wing mirror, give it a polish, prestige wheels. Yeah, you can feel all the bumps. Just wants to go. It's like I'm currently behind a Vauxhall Corsa VXR. It's almost like this car knows. Just wants a race. The thing with these cars, they feel like proper driver's cars. I know they're only front wheel drive and stuff, but they just feel like a proper driver's car. You sit down nice and low, the seats are really hugging. Sounds good. The steering's very sharp. I'm quite impressed with this. I think my £4,500 was well spent. Just waiting for a gap in the traffic so I can sting it. So far that hasn't happened. Right, we're going very slowly at the moment. Trying to build a gap. I'm just worried now about losing my GoPro on the bonnet. That's very quick actually. Up in the higher revs as well, it sounds even better. Well, there's not much to report really, apart from the suspension being a bit firm, which you'd expect, wouldn't you, on the JCW version. It's all pretty good. I think we can get this looking like a nice retail car for not an awful lot of money. Give me a budget of £1,000, I say give me. Give me a budget of £1,000 and we'll transform us. Watch this space. I'll see you in a week or so. See you in a bit. And we're back in my cheap John Cooper Works Mini, which is now fully sorted and ready for sale. Although this car wasn't bad to begin with, I must say it looks a whole lot better. After we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanics for a service and a fresh MOT. Now, I suspected it would need new front brake discs and pads because they looked a little bit grim. And sure enough, I was right. It also needed a new tyre because, a bit like my patience for the motor trade, it was wearing thin. Just out of interest, do you know how much a brand new run flat tyre costs these days? It's quite a lot, it surprised me. £160, 160 for one tyre on a Mini Cooper. It's crazy, isn't it? Also, you don't need to carry around a spare with you. Now, whilst that might be a benefit, run flat tyres do ruin the ride. Makes everything rock hard. You run over a cat's eye and you feel like you've driven down a crater. It's not good. Anyway, so I spent about £500 at my mechanics. I'll go through the bill shortly with you, but it was about 500 quid. From there then, I took it to Prestige Wheels in Bredbury and got the wheels refurbished. Now, if you remember, they were like a... Come on. Now, if you remember, they were like a diamond cut style, but they were all, well, they were a bit of a mess, weren't they? So they've been freshly refurbished in one colour, and I think they look really good. I mean, take a look for yourself. What would you have done? I think I made the right call there. I'm quite happy with my decision. So they cost me £330, but they've really made the car stand out now, and it looks as tidy as anything. Then I popped off the driver's mirror cap, because if you remember, the lacquer was peeling and it looked a bit of a mess. It was all flaky. So I popped that off and took it to my local body shop. So that was painted and then refitted, and it looks a whole lot better. That cost me £30. I could have probably done it myself with an aerosol tin and some lacquer, but it wouldn't have looked as good, and it would have taken me an hour or so of messing around. So I thought £30 wasn't too bad. I fitted some new reg plates to it, so it's gone back onto its 66 reg rather than its private plate, so that looks a whole lot better as well. And the final piece of the jigsaw was just a thorough detailed valet. So I took it over to Tameside Detailing, left it there for a full valet. £70 and 24 hours later, it looks like this. And it looks really good. The crazy thing is, in my mind, this isn't an old car, but it's a 2016, so it's now 9 years old. So it will need a bit of TLC. It's only natural, really. I'm going to park up in my usual lay-by and talk you through my costs, but I think off the top of my head, I've spent about £1,000. Now, at the start of this video, I know that was about a week or so ago, so I can't quite remember, but I think I gave myself a budget of about £1,000 or £1,250. So I think we're on budget, ladies and gents. I took some photographs of this car outside my gates, and I've got it loaded on the website at 7,995. So that should leave me a profit of like £2 grand, £2.5 maybe, which is pretty good going. But work out exactly how much it owes me very shortly. Someone's in my lay-by here. Here we go. They're currently resurfacing my lay-by. I say my lay-by, I haven't paid for it. I just frequent it several times a week. Why's my engine died? Start, stop, turn that off. Right, let me get my calculator out then. Now I paid just £4,500 for this car, so it was quite cheap. So we'll add in the costs of my mechanic, which was, right, it's quite a big bill this. In fact, I misread that. I thought I'd spent about £500, it was much more than that. Okay. Do you remember about 30 seconds ago I was all happy because I was under budget? Well, forget that, because I got my figures wrong. My total bill there was £808.88. It had front brake discs, front brake pads, a wear wire, oil filter, oil, tyre, labour, MOT test fee. It's a lot of money in it, that. So it's £675 plus the VAT, which I can claim back. So 808, 808 and 88 pence. Right. Then we had the cost of the wheel refurbs. They were £330. Then we've got the reg plates at 15, the mirror cap at 30, the valet at 70. Okay, right. What did I say at the start? £1,250? This is come in at just over £1,250. £1,253.88. So the car currently owes me £5,753.88. So if I can sell it for 7.5, 7.7, there's a couple of grand profit there, isn't there? Which I'd be over the moon with. And we've transformed the car, because it did look a bit scruffy, didn't it? With its lacquer peel on the mirror and its scruffy wheels and its bald tyre and its ropey brake discs. It didn't look the greatest. And now, of course, it looks mint. You know what as well? Every single time I've driven this, I've really enjoyed it. Such a good fun car to drive. It's quick as you like as well. Right, enough of that. Got to write it off. We need to sell it, don't we, for profit. That's the whole point of this. Right, I'm going to take some pictures of it then. And I might post it on Instagram. So head over to Instagram and like it, please. Right, well, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. Should probably stop calling it Twitter, shouldn't I? X, as it's now known. Right, cheers guys. I'll see you next time.